Hello and welcome, one and all. I am Josh Rivers, and this is Lightfield. It is an indie game, obviously, that's kind of our site's whole remit. Came out recently, very recently, as in last couple of days at time of recording. We got sent a code for it, I picked it up, and it's a very interesting game, which is obviously why I'm doing a video on it. Now, you might notice this is a bit of a departure from the last video I did, and that is for one simple reason. It's because I just think that this particular game is best discussed in real time. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, here we are in the game itself. Wah! Alright, didn't know you could do that. So this is the game. It is a futuristic racing game with what the developers have described as parkour elements. Now what that means is you are obviously this little flying thing, and you can clip to basically any surface. So I'll demonstrate. There's this wall. Hold down a button, you clip to the wall, and you can now move faster. So I'm going to jump into a race. Let's do an advanced race, just to... not won one of those yet, hopefully I will in this video. So this is the course I'm on. It's not the first course, you can unlock more courses by getting XP for like winning races and such. I've chosen this course in particular for... well, I'll explain in a minute, but I'm just going to show you what I guess would be considered the main game. So away we go, and a little hop, and a skip, and we're on the wall. So as I said earlier, being clipped to a surface increases your speed, and this being a racing game, that's what you want. So, let's go up here. The whole object of the game, I guess, is to find the route in which you spend the maximum amount of time clipped to one surface or another. So you've maximised your speed and you will win the game. Win the game. Ha! Little no reason drift there. And there's multiple ways you can go about doing that. There's multiple routes. You see this little arrow formations with those little white pyramid things. Those are called photons. You can go through them, they get you XP, and they can sort of point you in the right direction in places where I guess it would otherwise possibly be a bit confusing where you're meant to go. So if you're struggling to find a route, get out of it. If you're struggling to find a route, just follow the little glowy pyramid things, and they'll usually do you right. Up, 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 and up. So yeah, we've done one lap. We're just going another route. You might have noticed the track changed shape just there. I guess the other guy... let's go through here. The other guy must have gone through the white box. Like this one. Green ones are boosts, but I think they only boost you in one direction, so you gotta kind of be careful where you're approaching them from. But the white ones move parts of the track, so it just spices things up a little, opens up new directions for you to go. I think that one we just went through, you could have gone through it if the track wasn't in that position, but like it would have been really inefficient to do so. So like, it just makes certain routes viable, and that route had boosts in it, so presumably it's good. But I am still, however, in second place again. Always the goddamn bridesmaid. I drift. Haha. Well, I might as well just go the other way. I mean, I'm not winning, am I? Clearly. So might as well just show you the rest of the track. Hup. Yeah, you can sort of do the drift to quick, fast, change your direction, snap onto a different surface. I didn't figure that out for a while. This is another game where it kind of took me a while to figure out what all of the stuff was for. Always worth pointing out, but a little bit of experimentation and I'm more or less situated now. And it didn't take me that long, because fundamentally, like originality aside, this is quite a simple game. So you do pick it up quite quickly, and when you do, it's a lot of fun. I'm very much enjoying this game. The only really big issue I've had is there is a lot of stuttering in the game. Like, very noticeable stuttering. Like, I've actually got the TV muted right now, so like I've not been able to notice if it's been happening, but you'll be able to hear it if it has. Like, it's really loud, really obnoxious, but not a deal breaker, you know, I still like the game well enough. So, booyah! I win. But, yeah, whoa! I did the thing again. So that's what a race looks like in Lightfield. It's very fun, very interesting take on the genre, but as you'll have noticed, it's not like a Mario Kart situation. There's no like power-ups or added weirdness. It's just, you know, gimmick aside, it's just pure racing. So eventually, long term, it's probably going to suffer from that problem of you find your optimal route. Like, you find the path you can go on that will just get you round faster each time, and so even though there are a lot of different ways to interact with the track, over time you kind of lose reason to, because like you already know what the fastest way is. So, you know, eventually the central conceit kind of loses a bit of meaning, and then it just sort of becomes a racing game. You know, not really the kind of thing that would inspire me to do a video on it. But I only really showed you the race for context. I want to show you something else. You see that little diamond-shaped doodad just off the side of the track there? Yeah, that thing, just a little bit off to the side. We're going to fly into that. Boop. And now we just follow the checkpoints. And you can see it is just down here, just the tiniest bit off the track. And there's the next one. Now that one is not on the track. That's just on a little separate structure just off to the left of the track as you're going around it. So we're going to go up here. And as you can see, when we get to the checkpoint, this is a whole thing. Like, it's a whole section of the map. We can go down there. Oh, you bet we can go down there, son. Look at this. Just moving on down into this whole section that has nothing to do with the race. Look at this. This is just all this. None of this in the race. We haven't seen any of this. Look, it's bloody massive. Look at all of this stuff, and you never see it. Not one point during the race do you see any of this stuff, but it's here. It's here, you can ride on it, look. And look, this has been right next to the course the whole time, right next to the start of the course. We just had to turn around and go up, and there's this there's like a whole other bloody city. It's a whole bloody city, just, it's hidden behind the course. You have no reason to ever go here. But it's here. it's here and it looks bloody cool. Look, just another loop. Oh, there's that stuttering I was talking about. It's bloody mad. Look at it. Look at it. This is just going to be... The rest of the video is just going to be me saying, look at it. All of this stuff. And it was when I discovered this. When I discovered all of this stuff that was just hidden off to... Look at that! There's a mysterious pyramid triangle! Monkey, I've just discovered pyramid secrets! Ah, treasure! Oh yeah, I'd already found one of these treasures. There's another one. But it's like, I discovered that there was all of this stuff just around the racetrack. That the racetrack was like really just the tiniest part of this massive bloody sandbox. And that's when I decided I had to do a video on this, because this is like, what an insane level of effort to go to for something that I'd stumbled upon accidentally. Like, for something that you're not going to go out of your way to draw players' attention to. And it's like, wow. just bloody wow. And here's the underside of the same place. This too is its own thing. This is just... all of this is just like a little bit behind the track. This is just one corner of the racetrack this is hidden behind. And it's bloody massive. What's on the other side? I kind of want to go see what's on the other side. You hear this talked about a lot when it comes to like the big budget AAA RPGs like your Witchers, and you know, I've heard it said about Dragon Age Inquisition and games like that. This insane level of work that must have gone into creating vast swathes of content that a lot of players probably are never going to get to see because there's just so much of it. And so, like, to see this same bizarre level of effort go into an indie game, like a racing game of all things, puts this insane amount of work into creating a huge bloody sandbox that the player never has any reason to see. I cannot stress that enough. I mean, it just blows my mind. Like, how many people do you think will actually see this? You know, it's an indie game, so there's, like, realistically the sales are going to be less than your Dragon Ages and your Witcher 3s. And then you figure that of that already reduced number, even fewer are gonna find that little white diamond and see this. I mean, what an insane amount of work to put in for something that maybe half of your players are gonna see, if that. And there's so many other modes you could try and implement, so much you could do with all of this space, and they just don't. And I mean, clearly it's not laziness, you wouldn't put all of this stuff in. So you've got to figure that someone working on this game just really wanted to surprise you. All of this is just a massive incomprehensibly vast reward for just the tiniest bit of curiosity. And that is... it's something special. And it's just a fun space to move around using these controls. It's just... like, I could spend hours just doing this. Listen to a podcast or something. This is one map. This is one map, there's like 6 others. And like, normally for most racing games, like 6 tracks isn't that much, but... it's 6 of this. God damn. This is my favourite though, this is absolutely my favourite. This is, hands down, the most engaging sandbox I've ever been in. And it's in a racing game. A little indie racing game. Wow. So yeah. Just thought that was worth mentioning.